Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, January 22nd, 2026, and as you can see, I'm here at the Reading and Northern Steam Shop. And guys, I am here to answer the question that is on everybody's mind today. And no, it's not how much snow we're going to get Sunday, though the answer's looking to be a lot. Guys, I am finally here to give an update on 425 and the work being done to get her back on track. Now, it has literally been 2 years since I've been out here to film an update video. To be precise, 2 years and 5 days. I last filmed an update on January 17th, 2024, and that was filmed over a year after her last run on December 18th, 2022. So I get it, guys. We're all anxious to find out when she's going to be back on track. And if you want to skip to the final answer, the answer is still, she will be done when she's done. However, a lot's happening now. She is a high priority project. So let's go inside and see what's happening. When I show you 425, you'll probably find yourself thinking that it doesn't look like much was done since my visit 2 years ago. But you'd be wrong. Progress has been slow, but it has been happening. I haven't filmed any of it because it has been internal work, small things with little to show on camera, yet still important for the overall process. Things have changed this week though, with more visible progress starting to happen. One of the major tasks of this overhaul is to replace some of the firebox sheets. The crew fabricated new lower side sheets, a door sheet, and firebox corners, and now they are in the process of fitting the sheets and riveting everything together. As I walk along the firebox, you can see the lower right side sheet has not yet been fitted. That will be work for another week. Over the past 2 days, the crew has riveted the sheets on the corners, the rear, and part of the left side, with a total of 85 rivets completed so far. They have 46 rivets to go on the left side sheet. Let's watch them install a few of these rivets, and then I'll talk more about what's next for getting 4 1/4 back on track. Hot riveting is a traditional method of joining metal that creates a strong connection without welding or bolting. Here you can see Ryan Bauscher preparing the rivets for installation, while Chell Benner and Shane Fredrickson heat the firebox plates and the rivet guns. Everything in this process has to be hot, very hot. The rivets are heated in an oven to a temperature of 1200 to 1500 degrees. The entire rivet has to reach approximately 2/3 of its melting point in order to be able to be properly shaped. Sean Fredrickson tends to the oven, and Ryan checks the rivet frequently using the metal's color as a guide for when it's ready. And once it's ready, stand back because things move fast.
Here we go. Here we go.
The rounded end of the rivet, known as the factory head, goes on the outside of the firebox, and the other head will be formed from inside the firebox. You can see it's physically demanding work, with 2 men handling each rivet gun. Chell and Chuck Truesdell outside are maintaining pressure on the rivet, while Shane and John Fauzio inside shape the new head. They must work quickly while the rivet stays hot enough to be shaped.
I like it when you keep it close. Give it a fighting chance. Yeah. Bottom. Yep. I cooled off. Just stick it in the hole there. Alright. You are a with breathing new life into it. Bottom.
As the rivets cool, they will shrink and pull the metal plates even tighter together, creating a strong and watertight seal. Although their red glow fades quickly, these rivets will stay quite hot for a while. Once they completely cool, the crew will tap them with a hammer to test them for a proper connection. There's no second chance with these rivets. If the connection isn't tight, they'll have to remove the rivet with this tool and install a new one. If you're thinking this looks like hard work, you'd be correct. Chell let me pick up the rivet gun, and just holding it took most of my strength. After doing 35 rivets, the crew moved on to some lighter work for the rest of the day. The remaining rivets on the left side would be installed Friday. So, when will 425 be back on track? Well, as you've seen, there's still a lot of work left to do, and progress takes time. The answer has been, and always will be, she will be done when she's done. Now guys, I'm not trying to be a smartass when I say that. The reality is that unexpected things crop up when working on vintage locomotives, and the steam crew has a lot of other responsibilities in addition to working on 425. I'm sure you can guess that a lot of their time is spent maintaining and running our other steam locomotive, number 2102. Over the past several years, they've completed many projects on the Reading T1. This included machining the pistons and installing new piston rings. I covered this in a prior video, along with the line boring of the tender drawbar bushing holes and machining and installing the new bushings. There were also other projects that I didn't film, so I'll list the major ones here since I know a lot of you will be interested. They did a complete overhaul of the steam side of the feed water pump, machined new crosshead shoes, and machined new connecting rod bushings. With our first 2026 Iron Horse Ramble coming up on February 14th, their attention will soon turn back to 2102 for a few weeks. These guys also spend a lot of time working on stuff other than steam locomotives. They recently converted one truck of our number 4 dome car from roller bearing journal boxes to modern AP roller bearings. In fact, here's a few previously unpublished clips of them machining the wheels in our wheel true shop. They also helped out with repairs on many of our covered hoppers, and they have a constant stream of machining and welding jobs they do for other departments. I hope this answers your questions about where things are at with 4 1/4, but I also hope it helps you understand why progress can seem slow from the outside. I also want to answer a commonly asked question about her restoration, and that's, will she be painted blue or black? I know there's strong opinions on both sides of that debate. However, there are not any plans to repaint her before she goes back on track. I know I said in my last 425 video update that we would paint her. However, now that I work closer with our paint and restoration department, that no longer seems to be the case, as her current paint is in great shape. But like everything in railroading, plans can and do change, so time will tell. This is where I'm going to end today's update. I'll be back here for more updates as progress is made, and hopefully these updates will be more frequent going forward. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you down the tracks.